Welcome back to another one of my taste test videos. This is part 8 in my series of West Side Eats. If you haven't seen my other videos, I'm going to put a link above and a link in the description box below, but you should really check out those videos as well. Today, I went all the way out to Wahiawa to go to Shige's Saimin stand for their famous wonton min. I also got barbecue sticks, their barbecue beef sandwich, and their fried Saimin. Okay, so Shige's is all the way out in Wahiawa, and they're a little kind of hole-in-the-wall mom and pop place, but it's so cute, and their customer service is excellent. The girl who was taking my order, she was so nice. When I was taking pictures, I wanted to take pictures of the inside of the dining area because they had all these like historic photos of Wahiawa. It was so neat. So I asked her if I could go into the dining room to take those photos, and she invited me in the back to take a picture of their noodle machine. Apparently, they make their noodles fresh. So these are like homemade noodles. So their customer service was great. In fact, she even brought my order out to my car. I mean, who does that? So for those of you who don't know what Saimin is Hawaii's version of like ramen. And it's a little bit different from ramen in that the noodles for one are different. They have egg in them, which ramen noodles don't. Also the soup base for Saimin is a little bit thinner, a little bit clearer. Ramen soup base is a little bit thicker, you know, it's a little bit more dense. But Saimin has like a dashi, which is like just a very thin but very flavorful base. Also the things that they put in it are very different. Like this one has like fish cake, it has like spam, and it has like egg and char siu. And I also got mine with wonton, which are these things right here. So I'm gonna try it because I heard that they have the best Saimin on the island, so I want to see. These are like homemade noodles. I mean, where are you gonna find homemade noodles on the island? Anyway, so I'm gonna taste it. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so good. Okay, first of all, the homemade noodles make a huge difference. I mean, you wouldn't think it would make that big of a difference, but it really does. The texture of the noodles, they're very springy. They have a good chew to them. Okay, so this is a wonton. And a wonton basically has a noodle covering and it has pork filling in the middle. So I'm gonna try it because I heard that they have really good wonton too. That's really good. I don't know if they make their own wonton. I'm assuming that they do because they make their own noodles. But oh my goodness, the filling is so good. And that noodle covering, man, it's really good. I really do think they make their own wonton, obviously. I'm gonna taste the soup base on its own. Because, you know, really, you cannot judge a Saimin without tasting its soup base. Oh, that's really good. It's really good because it has a lot of flavor, but it's not overly salty. Sometimes when you get Saimin here in Hawaii, the soup base is overly salty in order to get the flavor that it needs to flavor the noodles. But this one doesn't do that. This one isn't as salty as some of the other ones that I had tasted in the past, but it is very flavorful. It's really good. Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to try was their teriyaki beef burger. And now, they're supposed to be known for this. It has teriyaki beef in it, as you can see. I don't know if you can see that. And it has like mayo and lettuce. But it doesn't have like a burger patty per se. So we'll try this. First of all, the teriyaki beef in there is flavored perfectly. I mean, there's just the right amount of teriyaki sauce in there to give the burger and the bun flavor. It's so good. It's like, it's probably one of the better burgers that I've eaten so far. As you can see, there is so much teriyaki that it is kind of coming through on the bun, but that is really good. That's what makes it really good. I mean, you don't want a dry teriyaki burger. That's what makes it so good. It's the tenderness of the teriyaki beef, and they put a lot, as you can see. They put a lot in there. It's so good. Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to try was their teriyaki beef stick. And now, in Hawaii, Saimin always goes very well with teriyaki beef sticks. So people always order Saimin with a side of teriyaki beef. So this stick was maybe about $2.25. It's not too bad. But if this teriyaki beef is the same as the teriyaki beef in the sandwich, oh my god, it's gonna be great. Anyway, let me try it. You're supposed to eat the Saimin with this. It's supposed to give it added flavor. Very similar to the sandwich. The teriyaki beef is seasoned perfectly. It's very good and it's very tender, just like the teriyaki beef sandwich. It's so good. I mean, everything that I've tasted so far has been so good. Okay, so the last thing that I wanted to try was their fried Saimin. Now, fried Saimin is very different from yakisoba because it doesn't have that tart sauce on it that the yakisoba does. And it's not like fried noodles. Fried noodles have more like of a different kind of sauce on it. Fried Saimin is just basically the noodles from the Saimin fried. It generally uses like the flavor combination of the Saimin in order to flavor the noodles. But we'll see, because they're supposed to be famous for their fried Saimin as well. And I love fried Saimin. I mean, fried Saimin is probably one of like my favorites. So I'm just gonna try the noodles first of all. Oh, that's so good. It's so good because the fresh noodles make a huge difference. It has a little bit of a pepper taste to it too, and I love that. Okay, so the noodles are not soggy. Sometimes when you get fried Saimin, the noodles end up really soggy, but these are not. And I don't know if it's just the fact that it's made fresh there that it's not soggy, or the fact that their noodles are a little bit thicker than what I'm usually used to Saimin noodles being. However, it's really good because it has a really nice chew to it. It has a really nice consistency and texture. It's really good. The flavor of the noodles is so good. Like I said earlier, it has a little bit of a peppery taste to it. But not only that, it's not salty at all. And sometimes when you buy fried Saimin, they rely on salt in order to flavor their noodles. But this one doesn't. This one seems like it has like a full body flavor, if that makes any kind of sense at all. I don't know. But that's the only way that I can describe it. There's like more than just salt in there. There's like you can taste other flavors. It's really, really good. And I like that they add all these things on the top. Sometimes all they put is like, fish cake and stuff. I really like this. This is probably one of the better fried Saimins that I've had on the island. Really. Okay, so I'm gonna have to say that my entire experience with Shige Saimin Stand was really, really great. I mean, when we go to restaurants and when we go to food establishments, about 65 to 70% of it is obviously the taste of the food, and their food is phenomenal. I mean, they probably make one of the best local style comfort foods on the island, I think anyway. But the other 30% is usually customer service. And the girl that helped me and everybody that I ran into that worked at the store were so, so nice. And that makes a huge difference. I left with such a great feeling, and that is something that you just don't get everywhere that you go. But anyway, if you are on Oahu and you happen to be on the west side in the North Shore area, go check out Shige Saimin Stand because they have great local style comfort food. And on top of that, they have great customer service too. They're all really, really nice. But anyway, thank you very much for joining me.